The nebula is incredibly rich in energy and resources. Energy levels are so high that our sensors are having trouble compensating. Begin harvesting the nebula while we recalibrate the sensors. Research Division reports it is now equipped for super capital ship drive technology. We advise commencing research immediately.
Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier, and we're back again with part 5 of Homeworld Remastered. And here we are in a level called the Gardens of Kadesh. I think there's still a little bit of exposition to come, so I don't want to talk over it too much, but as you can see, the game has reverted our carrier for some reason back to its original paint scheme. And it has pieced out a bit of our fleet and spread it out all over the place. There still seems to be some minor issues with
Resource collector awaiting orders.
Ships and ship organization within the game. But what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves all set up for this level. We do have there is a trigger event here that really starts the action. And so we're going to kind of play with that a little bit. Now, one of the problems with this particular battle is that the enemies that we're going to be facing have extremely good fighters. So much so that even, say, our scouts on defensive are going to be nearly worthless against these fighters.
Docking underway.
So what we're going to do is we are going to put our scouts away, and our bombers and our defenders as well.
Standing by. Docking underway.
Now, they would be able to score some
dock.
kills, and they would be able to certainly have a decent impact on the enemy, but the problem is the trade-off would be we would lose all of them. And I'm just not really going... I don't want to have to build these all over again for what little gains they provide. And having played this both with and without fighters, you can still get through this level easily without having to use your fighters, so why just throw them away?
Group 5.
We're also going to do the capital ship research. I didn't do that in the last level. I was more just happy to get out of it, and I kind of forgot to actually do this research in the last level. So we're doing it now. We definitely have the resources to complete the research and actually build the ship once it's done, so now we will be able to build our own destroyers. And I think shortly thereafter we will have access to missile destroyers, our own carriers, and being able to build our own battle cruisers, or I think technically they're still called heavy cruisers in this game. Now our heavy fighters, heavy corvettes, we're going to keep them out. Salvage corvettes, possibly, because in the old game you used to be able to salvage portions of the enemy fleet. And even though the ships that you would salvage would be not very useful, they still were worthwhile, at least for recycling, for you know, just for resource purposes. So what we're going to do is we're going to move our fleet out.
Confirmed. Acknowledged.
We're going to augment it a little bit.
Group
we're
5
fold
reinforced.
these assault frigates into the fleet and get it all organized properly now.
Green line confirmed.
Now, one of the mess ups that seems to be going on is that now that we've docked all our fighters away, when you get up close to the mothership, it's almost like you can hear them bouncing around in there. And it's the same with the carrier if you put them in the carrier as well.
Acknowledged.
Now it seems to have kicked out an attack bomber.
Coming into dock.
So we'll move it over to the
Research complete. New
carrier.
capital ships available for construction.
Construction
We'll
underway.
start building our destroyer.
Roger.
We're going to reassign
Group
these
4
guys to
designated.
Group 4. Set them to
Guard
guard
order
our
confirmed.
resources.
Ready. Repairs initiated. Roger. Reporting. Acknowledged. Repair order confirmed. Roger. Repairs initiated.
Alright, so that seems to be more or less organized, so now we're just waiting on this build queue for our second destroyer. It's really annoying, that sound coming from the mothership because of all the fighters in there. Hopefully that gets patched out at some point soon. I should probably play this up in the old version just to, because the old version is still a part of this game package, when you get it from Steam at least. The old game is, the original Homeworld is in there, and it's been kind of ported over so you can play it with the original graphics, and I guess the original gameplay elements all still intact. And obviously it's not going to compare to what we're seeing now, but way back in the day it was still quite revolutionary looking, and many an hour was spent listening to this music and staring at these backgrounds way back in the day. It was a really great game. So once again, the trigger event that sets this all off is once we start harvesting resources from these sort of long belts of, I don't know, interstellar material, whatever it is, be it hydrogen or, you know, just dust particles or whatever. Once we begin to harvest those, that is going to trigger an encounter with the residents of this nebula. This destroyer should be coming along any second now. Now, some of the elements that are missing in this game that, I mean, if they were going to port it over from Homeworld 2, some of the things that they could have brought over, I've checked and I just cannot find time acceleration, which was part of Homeworld 2, the original version. It's not
Destroyer
here.
complete.
So that is something that is, you know, very much needed in this, is time acceleration. The ability, especially once you have a battle all sewn up and you want to pick up all the resources. But another thing in Homeworld 2 is once you finish the level, it just automatically collected all the resources for you when when you left the level. So you never really had to kind of sit there and watch your resources kind of, you know, drag themselves all over the place and pick up all the resources.
Group 5 copies. Ready.
Group 5 reinforced.
So, I mean, that's one of the things that if they were going to, you know, bring elements over from Homeworld 2, that's one of the things that they should have brought over, was that ability to just kind of scoop up all the resources and just have the resource collection completed, as if it was done as writ, and just, more or less implied, okay, you sat around, you collected all the resources, then you moved to the next level. I think that would have been certainly handy in this game, and something that was lacking in the original, because in the original some of the levels are just so huge that by the time these slow resourcers actually managed to collect the resources,
standing by,
you felt like you had aged a year.
Confirmed. Confirmed. Moving into formation.
So now we're going to see if we can't trigger our encounter with the residents of the nebula. We've got our heavy corvettes guarding the resources. We haven't built any corvettes yet, and we're going to be holding on to these resources, and we're going to be sending the resources out to just continually harvest during the battle, just because we're about to get access to a new kind of Corvette, and that is a Corvette that is very sorely needed, and so we're not going to be adding any other Corvettes to help us get through the early stages of this level, because what we want to do is we want to bring this new Corvette out and make it more or less our frontline main Corvette and dispense with these older style Corvettes. So there's no point in just building something that you're just going to throw away and replace.
Acknowledged.
And here we go.
There's a contact closing with the mothership. Sensor instability in this region makes it difficult to identify. Prepare the ambassador.
This is the Garden of Kadesh. For 13 generations we have protected it from the unclean. The tyrannic raiders who came before you refused to join and were punished for this trespass. Like theirs, your ship has already defiled this holy place. If you have come to join, we welcome you, and will spare you your ship until all have disembarked. If you have come to consume the garden, you will be removed at once. What are your intentions?
We were unaware of the significance of this location. We mean no conflict. Please allow us time to prepare our engines so that we may withdraw as requested.
If you will not join, then die. There is no withdrawal from the garden.
So, these guys, the Kadesh...
while Fleet Command charges the hyperdrive module. We should have the range to jump clear of the nebula.
These guys, the Kadeshi, they use a lot of these swarming little fighters. And they are very, very fast, and they can chew up our own ships very quickly. But what we're doing is we're destroying those larger fuel pods. And now we're going to concentrate on the fighters and just try to kill them incidentally.
Space module charging. Ready in 8 minutes.
Now, the thing with the fuel pods is because these fighters are so fast and maneuverable, they expend their fuel very quickly. And so what we're doing is by destroying their fuel pods continuously, they will be unable to refuel, and eventually they will simply stop dead in space and we'll be able to destroy them. So So what we're doing is we're actually manipulating this level, and we are, accepting the fact that we're going to lose some
resource
ships.
collectors. Allocate combat vessels to protect them.
We are basically just going to kind of wear these ships down, but we're not going to go after that mothership quite yet, because we're trying to play with the game in a certain way to cause it to basically allow us to harvest as much resources as possible without really risking a lot of our fighters, a lot of our more desperately needed fighters and ships. If that makes any sense, I'm not sure.
Group 4 copies. Moving to intercept.
The heavy corvettes can, the heavy corvettes can deal with these pretty easily. But we are losing our salvage corvettes, so we're going to go ahead and put them away. But as you can see now, these guys are starting to move away. And that's when they become sitting ducks, when they try to refuel. So we're just kind of getting rid of them.
Gotcha.
The enemy is relying heavily on fighter-class ships. Our research division reports it can design a new type of corvette specially suited to combat multiple fighters. Begin research as soon as possible.
Collector awaiting instructions. Standing by. Collection confirmed. 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 Resources downrange. Let's stay calm. Copy.
There's some fuel pods there.
Group 5 copies. Attack coordinates locked in.
So as long as we keep destroying these fuel pods, these fighters are actually going to turn into sitting ducks.
Combat stations look sharp. Local resources exhausted fleet. Moving on.
There they are. They're docking with these little mini carriers.
Status report. Frigate under attack. Okay, you're good to go. Target confirmed.
Research complete. New corvettes available for construction.
Local resources exhausted. Fleet moving on. This is looking good. Stay tight. Intercept course punched in. Repair order confirmed.
Now if you hit that mothership too many times, it'll actually just warp out and then keep warping back out and in and dropping more fuel pods and dropping more fighters, and things can get out of control real quick. So we're going to avoid taking it on, and we're just going to concentrate these guys on the fighters, even though they're not going to be that effective against them. It's better than having to deal with constantly refreshing waves of Kadeshi ships.
Construction underway. Assembly underway. Construction underway. Assembly underway.
Oh, there's a couple more fuel pods. We gotta get rid of them.
Group 5 standing by. Target confirmed.
Multi-gun corvette complete.
Moving to intercept.
Wait till we get a few more corvettes and then we'll
Engaging. Watch for debris.
Multi-gun corvette complete.
Attack coordinates locked in.
So we're not actually doing that bad. We're surviving. We're getting through this.
Group 4 defeated.
It happens.
Multi-gun corvette complete.
I want to put these corvettes in the battle, but I don't want to send them in piecemeal. I want to send them in as at least in a group of 5 or something like that. Because once these guys get in here,
Standing by.
they are going to tear it up.
Hyperspace module charging.
Because if you
Ready
remember,
in
the
1
heavy
minute.
corvettes just had these 2 turrets on the
Multi-gun
front.
corvette complete.
These things are just covered in turrets, and they are just going to chew these fighters up. Let's go over here and check and see if there's any more fuel pods that have come out.
Group 5.
Yeah, see, a lot of these fighters now have stopped completely
Multi-gun
dead in
corvette
space
complete.
because they can't refuel.
Local resources exhausted, fleet. Moving on. Acknowledged.
Group 4 assigned.
Target confirmed.
Multi-gun corvette complete.
Understood. Repair targets locked in.
Okay, we're gonna move.
Hyperspace module fully charged.
Destination
Coordinates
locked
set. Engage hyperdrive.
in. Attack vector laid in. Light fire confirmed. Supporting friendly units. Group 5 standing by. Local resources exhausted, fleet. Moving on. New heading set.
Group 5 reports enemy contact.
Multi-gun corvette complete.
Group 4 copies. Locked on target.
There's still a lot of resources to be had here,
Multi-gun corvette
so
complete.
I'm going to kind of stretch this out a little bit because the situation is very much under control. They've lost all their fighters, or are about to lose all their fighters.
Multi-gun corvette complete.
Yeah,
Alright,
here
let's get it
comes
up.
more fuel pods now.
Moving to intercept.
Group 5 under attack.
Alright. Why tempt fate?
Stand down. We're on hold.
Multi-gun corvette complete. Hyperdrive jump failed. The quantum waveform collapsed due to some kind of inhibitor field.
Analyzing field. Continue to protect the mothership until the source is located.
The source is actually their mothership, so now we're going to kill it now. There we go. Let's watch
Ready.
our new destroyer in action.
Light fire confirmed.
field has disappeared. The hyperdrive is fully functional.
Strike is under enemy attack.
And that's it for the Gardens of Kadesh.
The enemy mothership appeared to be equipped with a powerful field generator. This field deformed our quantum wavefront and prevented us from making a hyperspace jump. We also observed that the enemy's hyperspace module has an identical power signature to our own. This raises interesting questions considering our own technology was reverse engineered from the wreck of the car Toba. Our hyperspace systems are now functioning properly, and this jump will carry us clear of the nebula.